Okay, so now let's go through another section number 2 example for IELTS listening. And remember, when we're doing IELTS listening, we only have two types of questions that we have to deal with. It's either going to be multiple choice or fill the blank. That's it. That's all we have to deal with. Now, in this one, when we look at this particular set here we have our standard multiple choice questions, 11 through 14. And then we have our multiple choice questions where it look like this. And with this kind of multiple choice question, I'll make it a little bit smaller, might be easier to look at one time. With this multiple choice question, we have our questions down here, 15 through 20, right? Now remember, for IELTS listening, it goes in order. So they're going to do 15, then they're going to do 16, then 17. Okay, so when they're doing these questions, first they're going to talk about Asia. And when they talk about Asia, they're going to mention one of these answer choices in the box. Right? They're going to mention one of these answer choices in the box. Now, it's very important for you to understand how they go about trying to trick you or fool you as to what's the actual answer choice here. Many times what they'll do, instead of saying answers directly in the box, like jewels, maybe they'll say diamonds and rubies. Okay, so they'll use synonym language. They'll use synonym language for words. The correct answers are in the box. Also, sometimes what they'll do is they'll say an answer choice, but say it's not it. Like they'll say, in Antarctica, we don't find any mountains, right? But we will find a lot of rubies and diamonds. Okay, so the correct answer you will put is D for jewels, because rubies and diamonds are a synonym for jewels. But you have to be careful with the traps and tricks that they try to use. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play this audio. And then after we play this audio, I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to play it again and walk you through it and try to point out for you what were some of the traps and tricks. Remember, for these kind of multiple choice questions, it's very important that you look at the question and look at the keywords in the question. And in terms of answer choices, remember they love to use synonym language for the correct answer choice. Right? So here it says the idea for the two new developments in the city came from. Right? Where did the idea for developments come from? Right? That's what you should circle. Right here it says what is unusual about Brackenside Pool. Keyword unusual in Brackenside Pool. What's unusual? Okay, and remember, listen for them to use synonym language for an answer choice. I've said that many, many times, and you have to be aware of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and play the audio, and then try your best to answer. Okay? All right, so here we go. Let me turn the audio up. Audio is up. And let's go ahead and get started, everyone. Okay, so during this time for 11 through 14, we will be going through each question 11 through 14 very quickly and circling the keywords in the questions, because listening out for those keywords will help us know when the answer is being said. And then when I get to a question down here like this, I'm going to be looking at these words in the box.
Good morning. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to say a little about two exciting new developments in the city: the Brackenside open-air swimming pool and the Children's Adventure Playground in Central Park. As many of you may know, the idea for these initiatives came from you, the public, in the extensive consultation exercise which the City Council conducted last year. And they have been realised using money from the SWRDC, the South West Regional Development Commission. First of all, Brackenside Pool. As many of the older members of the audience will remember, There used to be a wonderful open-air pool on the seafront 30 years ago, but it had to close when it was judged to be unsafe. For the design of this new heated pool, we were very happy to secure the talents of internationally renowned architect Ellen Wendon, who has managed to combine a charming 1930s design, which fits in so well with many of the other buildings in the area, with up-to-the-minute features such as a recycling system, the only one of its kind in the world, which enables seawater to be used in the pool. Now, there's been quite a bit of discussion in the local press about whether there would be enough room for the number of visitors we're hoping to attract, but the design is deceptive, and there have been rigorous checks about capacity. Also, just in case you were wondering, we're on schedule for a June the 15th opening date, and well within budget, a testimony to the excellent work of local contractors Hickman's. We hope that as many people as possible will be there on June the 15th. We have engaged award-winning actress Coral White to declare the pool open, and there'll be drinks and snacks available at the poolside. There'll also be a competition for the public to decide on the sculpture we plan to have at the entrance. You will decide which famous historical figure from the city we should have.
All right, so let's back up and let's go through the answers for numbers 11 through 14. All right, and I'm going to play for you. We'll stop it along the way so I can point out for you how they tried to trick you and trap you with these particular questions. And I'll tell you the answers. All right, so they really tried to do some things to try to trick you here, and I'm going to try to point that out for you.
Good morning. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to say a little about two exciting new developments in the city: the Brackenside open-air swimming pool and the Children's Adventure Playground in Central Park. As many of you may know, the idea for these initiatives came from you, the public, in the extensive consultation exercise which the City Council conducted last year. And they
Right, so that's our correct answer there for number 11. Right, that's our correct answer. The man said it came from you, the public. Right, and that's what we want to. Those were the keywords we had circled for number 11. It came from you, the public. We wanted to know who it came from. Now, if you notice, you, the public, is synonym for what? Local people. You, the public, is synonym for local people. So the correct answer for number 11 is A. The correct answer for number 11 is A. However, keep listening. Keep listening, and you're going to hear them mention the City Council, mention SWRDC, but when they mentioned them, they said nothing about an idea coming from them. That's why understanding the keywords in the language keywords in the question are so important.
And they have been realised using money from the SWRDC, the Southwest Regional Development Commission. First of all, Brackenside Pool.
Right, so they mentioned SWRDC, they mentioned City Council earlier. There's nothing about that's where the idea came from, okay? In the beginning, they said the idea came from you, the public, okay? You heard the magic words idea. You heard the words from. We heard you, the public. You, the public, is synonym for local people. We're picking synonym matches, people. Picking synonym matches. That's how you know how to do this kind of question.
For the design of this new heated pool, we were very happy to secure the talents of internationally renowned architect Ellen Wendon, who has managed to combine a charming 1930s design which fits in so well with many of the other buildings in the area, with up-to-the-minute features.
All right, so here they're trying to trap you again. They said for this new heated pool, right? A lot of students would pick choice B because they say, oh, he said the word heated. There's the word heating. I'm going to pick that answer choice. That's not how it works, okay? They're trying to trick you. That's not the answer, because when you heard something about heated, you did not hear a connection to the word unusual. All right? Remember, we're listening for which of these answer choices, A, B, or C, is connected to the word unusual. That's the way it's done, everybody.
Secure the talents of internationally renowned architect Ellen Wen.
There they mentioned the word architect. Okay? For architectural. Again, they're using exact language to try to pull you in and make you try to choose that answer choice. But again, no connection to unusual.
Was managed to combine a charming 1930s design, which fits in so well with many of the other buildings in the area, with up-to-the-minute features such as a recycling system, the only one of its kind in the world, which enables seawater to be used.
There we go. A recycling system, the only one of its kind in the world. The only one of its kind in the world is synonym for recycling system is synonym for water treatment place, a method of water treatment, recycling system. And only one of its kind in the world is synonym for unusual. So the correct answer for number 12 is C. Pick answers that use synonym matching.
Now, there's been quite a bit of discussion in the local press about whether there would be enough room for the number of visitors we're hoping to attract, but the design is deceptive, and there have been rigorous checks about capacity. Also, just in case you were wondering, we're on schedule for a June the 15th opening date, and well within budget.
All right, you know A is wrong. All right, you automatically know A is wrong. Okay, you automatically know A is wrong because they said the exact words opening date. All right, that's how you can recognize wrong answers. The correct answer here for number 13 is C, because it talked about they were talking about the size and whether or not it would have enough capacity. Right, talking about whether or not it would have enough capacity or have enough room. We're talking about, that's synonym for talking about the size of the facilities. Okay, but be careful, because a lot of students will pick choice A because they heard the words opening date, but they were worried about the capacity and if there will be enough room for everybody. So the correct answer you would pick for number 13 would be C.
A testimony to the excellent work of local contractors, Hickman's. We hope that as many people as possible will be there on June the 15th. We have engaged award-winning actress Coral White to declare the pool open, and there'll be drinks and snacks available at the poolside.
There's the trap again. Here we have the word open in choice C for number 14. Opening for choice B. Again, don't pick an answer choice just because you hear the same word. We're listening for what decision has not been made. Okay, listen for what decision has not been made.
There'll also be a competition for the public to decide on the sculpture we plan to have at the entrance. You will decide.
There's our answer. There'll be a competition for the public to decide the sculpture that will be at the entrance. Right? So there'll be a competition to decide it. So right now, they don't know. They don't know what sculpture is going to be at the entrance. But again, choice A fits our synonym match. Right? Sculpture is a synonym for statue. Entrance is a synonym for door. That means for choice 14, the answer is A. Okay? Do you understand how it works for these multiple choice questions? All right? That's the way it works for multiple choice questions. That's what you have to be able to do. All right? You have to be able to pick out synonym matches. You have to be able to pick out synonym matches. Have to. All right, so let's play the tape. We'll go through it, and then we'll answer questions 15 through 20. But I hope you've learned something, because This strategy that I'm teaching you about how to answer these multiple choice questions like this, it applies throughout the whole test. It's the same way for section 3. It's the same way for section 4. The only difference is the language gets more difficult. That's what's really different. The language gets more difficult. All right. So we're going to stop this lecture tape here and then listen for the next lecture, as we're going to go in the next lecture. We're going to be going through questions 15 through 20 with me explaining them to you, and so that you can again see how it works in regards to synonym language. Okay, so I will talk to you very soon.